to dry, so I sit and stare at the pond.
And we're back. I don't like the way this is sounding. A lot of noise. Check. Can you hear me all right? All right. Well, I really liked this multi-track. I liked the idea of it, but I think it's got a little too much noise. So I'm sad to say I'll be getting rid of it. I'll just use it for other stuff. So RIP the room burb and hall, stuff like that. So here we are, episode 2 of At the PONDCAST. I just call it PONDCAST. I just want to be clear about something. I just want to pick back up off episode 1. I was talking about WASPs, white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. And I just realized that could be a little offensive to people. I do have friends that like Taylor Swift and drink Starbucks often and add Mio to their water. And I realized I'm not uncomfortable around wasps individually, just like in real life. If I see a wasp, I'll tiptoe around it, fine. You know, it's cool. It's just that when they all get together in the same area, when it's a lot of wasps, that's when I start getting concerned and I get a little scared. And I don't know what it is, but I just want to say something else that I also learned about wasps. The wasps that bother me the most are the ones that are like preppy and high middle income. For instance, I grew up, my mom made us macaroni and cheese and hot dog weenies, and it was like a delicacy. Hamburger Helper was a staple in our house. Hot dogs on plain white bread. And when I say plain white bread, I mean Sunbeam. The kind of wasps I'm talking about are the kind of people that start eating goat cheese in like 6th grade. You know? Or you get invited over to their house for something when you're in high school, and they have a charcuterie board, and it's all the cheeses you don't learn about until you're like 25. Because I didn't start learning about Gouda and Havarti and provolone until I was like, no, I've known about provolone because of Subway. But I just started learning about all these cheeses until I was like 25. I'm talking about the highfalutin wasps. Their nests are in the land of milk and honey, and those are the kind of wasps I feel uncomfortable around. If you are a wasp and you're like that, I will like you. Like, we're cool. It's just that when there's a bunch of them, and I realize that can be a little. Is that racist or discriminatory? I think it is, but I don't know how to change that. So I'll work on it though. I just. Maybe it's just not my cup of tea. I don't want to be in that nest. So anyways, I just want to bring that back up. Just because I didn't want anybody to get offended that is a wasp. So something that I've noticed over the past couple years now is that I've thought, for the longest time, I thought I was an extrovert. And then a couple years ago, I started thinking I was an introvert. But then my wife brings up to me, I can talk forever. Matter of fact, I used to get in trouble for talking so much in school. Not by teachers, by classmates. Like, annoying my classmates by talking so much. Shout out Jimmy Bean. He punched me in the face because I was talking too much one time. He did warn me. It was fair. It was a fair punch. I deserved it. But then I'll go weeks or even a month at a time where I just need solitude. I just need to be alone. And so my mom brought up to me that there's a term called ambivert, which means that you can be kind of both. Now, I'm not saying I'm special. That's up to God. But I thought that was interesting that there's ambiverts. Because, I've heard of extroverted introverts. I've heard of introverted extroverts. People that like to be around people, but they're quiet. People that are the life of the party, but they really want some alone time. I think it might be an ambivert. But something else I learned, just because you're an introvert doesn't mean you have social anxiety. That's another thing I learned. You might be completely fine and comfortable with talking with people. You just don't want to. that I feel like that's my father, my stepdad, Don. Shout out Don, step Don. And something I learned recently is that I definitely have social anxiety, but it's not all the time. It's so weird because you get me around one person. If I'm with one person, I can talk their head off. We can have a good time. We can talk the whole time. You get me around 10. You get me around any more than 3 people, I'm shutting down. I'm just listening. I'm in spectator mode, and I realize I'm like that when I go. I used to get my haircut at Sports Clips. Sports Clips is like gambling for your haircut because you don't know who you're gonna get, and they're either gonna mess your hair up so bad, or you're gonna get a decent haircut. Shout out Sports Clips. It's a great service. I just haven't had good experiences. So there's this one time back when I was living in Silsbee, I used to drive back and forth to Port Arthur because I went to school at Lamar State College, Port Arthur, for audio engineering. Shout out Seahawks. So I went to go get a haircut. What's nice about Sports Clips is you don't really have to schedule it. You're just like, hey, I'm coming in, or you just show up and you just get a haircut. There's this lady there. This is before I'm married, but me and my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, we were like, we weren't breaking up. And there's this interesting thing. I'm very secure in my relationship, and I don't need affirmation or confirmation from another woman. But there was a side of me. This is when I was really codependent, which I've gotten over most of that nowadays. But there's this lady giving me a haircut, right? She was super sweet, nice as can be. But I noticed she was kind of flirting with me, and I don't mean that in a prideful way or nothing. It just is what it is. She was kind of flirting with me. I didn't have a ring at the time. I wasn't married, wasn't engaged. You don't have a ring when you're engaged, anyways. And I didn't know what to do about that. I've never been good at flirting with people. My very first kiss, I asked them awkwardly if I could kiss them, which was nice. I was asking consent, but I don't have any Rizz. Okay, it's something me and my wife talk about. I've been working on it. She doesn't complain about it. It's just that I don't know how to flirt. Okay, and so when somebody flirts with me, doubly, I don't even know how to operate. I don't know what to do. I just kind of I just started being nice to her, but I didn't know when to say, hey, I have a girlfriend, because then that insinuates I know she's flirting with me. And then what if she wasn't even flirting with me? What if she's just being nice? And that was the thing. I don't know how to handle social situations like that. And so anyway, she's giving me my haircut. Normally when I'm getting a haircut, dude, I'm falling right asleep. Within 5 minutes, I'm falling asleep. And this was just she was just talking to me. And like I said, she was super sweet. She had a lot of stories, and I was talking back. But I was just stressed the whole time, so I didn't fall asleep at all, to a point where we ended up talking the whole time. So now it's just that point of the conversation where, it's been 15 minutes into the haircut and it's almost time to get going. I've just been nice the whole time. She's been nice the whole time. And there's just awkward energy in the air. And I don't think I was the only one who felt it. I've never been the one to flirt with people. That's not my style. And generally, I can't tell when people are flirting with me, but there's just certain things she was saying, or touching my back a certain way where I was like, I think she's flirting with me, and I don't know what to do. I don't have the social acuity to do anything about this. So anyways, I don't know when to say, hey, I have a girlfriend. Like I said, I don't want to insinuate she's flirting with me, and then she's like, I wasn't doing anything. And then it'd just be weird because there's 30 people in the room. So I just keep talking, keep being friendly. Bro, we get done with the haircut. She, brushes my neck off, does the air blower to get all the hair. She gets the hair off my shoes and stuff. I get up. Normally you go to shake their hand. I get up to shake her hand, and for whatever reason, I give her a side hug. And I died inside. I just gave this stranger a side hug, and now I can never go to the sports clips again. I got to drive an extra 15 minutes to go to the sports clips now. I got to drive all the way to Dowling Road from Port Arthur to get a haircut now, instead of just going to Nederland. I still have not been able to I still haven't been able to make this make sense why I gave her a hug. It was like, I think part of me was like feeling bad for her because she was like flirting with me and I wasn't reciprocating. So I just gave her a friendly hug. Anyways, all I have to say, right after I called my wife and I was like, you don't believe what I just did. I just hugged the person who cut my hair. Anyways, luckily my wife is not a jealous type. She knows I'm awkward and I just act weird around people on accident. So we were fine, but I never went to that sports clips again. I haven't been there since 2016 now, and I don't ever plan on going back. I don't even think I remember her face anymore, the lady's face anymore. Super nice lady. I hope she found somebody. I do want to start a new segment of this podcast. And by the way, this podcast is brought to you by my new shirt. Please go buy it. It's based off of PINEYWOODS, the song with 350. But no, I want to start this new segment of the podcast called Forcing. One second. I had a name for it, but I don't know. It sounds kind of funny now. And oh yeah. Okay, so the segment is called Forcing My Religion Down Your Throat. Pause. Yeah, so that's what we're calling it. Forcing My Religion Down Your Throat. That's the segment. Basically, I want to force my religion on you for just 2 minutes. I just want to tell you how my relationship with God's been. Yeah, my relationship with God's been really interesting lately. I've been praying on and off. Me and my wife have been pretty consistent going to church. Just so y'all know, I'll tell my background in a religion at some point. But basically, I'm just I feel like a scummy Baptist, maybe non-denominational, I don't know. Where like, I still have drinks every now and then. Don't tell my mom, but I may smoke cigarettes like once or twice a year. But I devoutly love the Lord. I'm going to be so real about that. And that's going to be me to force my religion down your throat. That's okay. I love the Lord. I believe in him. I've had encounters with him. Not in weird ways. Really cool ways. And I love him. I love fellowship with the church. I think a lot of church is goofy, but they're my people. I don't know what else to do. They're like your cousin that you're just like, man, they're doing what they're doing, and I don't know what to. They're on some kind of drugs, or they need drugs. I don't know, but I still gotta love them. You know what? Let me restart the video real quick. I think we're about to run out of time. 1 second. Of course, 20 minutes at a time. Sorry. But yeah, I have a weird relationship with the church. I have a lot of church trauma from growing up and stuff. I can get into it at some point. Wait, let's see. Make sure the audio is still good. All right, yeah, we Gucci. I have a very strange relationship with God where I read the Word. And my little brother Skylar, he's really very knowledge. Like his gift is that like knowledge in the Word. Anytime I feel like God's giving me some crazy weird idea, I hit him and he hits me with the Bible verse, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not crazy, cool. Because I feel like I have like the kind of relationship with God where it's like weird symbolism or dreams or and then it's like almost need it translated just to make sure I'm not tripping and I'm not crazy. Not like schizophrenia or seeing angels or nothing like that. Just small things. Because I always see small things that make them big. That's probably part of OCD. But basically, I love learning about theology. I love praying with my wife. I love talking to my brother about the Word. But what's tough for me is that I also love people that aren't Christians. And I tend to love the culture of that as well. So I love good movies that I don't know how to explain it. I feel like there's a lot of things that Christians look down upon that I feel like I'm not supposed to be a part of, but I don't feel it affecting me or my relationship with God. Now I'm gonna say that people are like, oh, like you're ignoring the conviction of God, but like genuinely, unless I'm doing something wrong, I feel like I'm always trying to renew my mind. I don't feel conviction about certain things. I don't feel conviction about having a drink every now and then with friends and fellowshipping. And I do pray that if I am doing something wrong, that God would convict me. I am open to that. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. We'll see where the Lord takes me. I'm just always praying for sanctification. But last part of Forcing My Religion Down Your Throat. I know this was a long one. There's this book that my little brother gave me that I'm really loving. It's called it's a devotional. It's called The Songs of Jesus by Timothy Keller. Man, it's really good. Basically, there's like a devotion every day. Here's the prayer for that day. Lord, I don't want my heart to be too cast down by my disappointments and losses, but it is hard. Send your spirit to speak to my heart of the astonishing goods and glories I have and will have in you. Amen. Amen, brother. Yeah. All I have to say, man, it's a lot easier to force religion down people's throats whenever you're happy, I guess. Not like barking orders at people, but that's all I want to talk about that. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. I'm glad you're here if you're listening. I don't know what the Lord's wanting to do with this. We'll see. So yeah, wasps, I still love you. Don't hug people that are cutting your hair. My multi-tracker's down. I'm 4 months and 2 weeks off of Zen pouches. You feel me? Doing good. Getting off the nicotine. I miss home. Still out here in Atlanta. Miss Silsby. And anything else I want to say? I think the next podcast I want to talk about some of my songs a little bit and like where I think God brought me to write those songs. Yeah, love you guys. Hit me up anytime. And PONDCAST episode 2. Bye for now. Yeah, ta for now. Bye.
The clouds haven't parted in 2,000 years. Don't let me die, for he comes back with lightning in his glare. If I do, I'm buried in coons. Tell him I'm there. Under the grass with the grasp of my hands in the shape of a prayer. I'm singing this song for singing like this.
I'm sinking in